Hello my friends on YouTube. Today's video is the same title I did before, but this is the second part. Whoever changed his religion, kill him. Number 2. As we mentioned before, Muhammad, he started his mission in Mecca and he was weak. He didn't have army, so he used a diplomatic method in a way to try to convert people or convince them to follow him. So we read in the second chapter, I'm going to put this in the description of Quran, the second chapter of Quran, verse 256, no compulsion in religion, which, I mean, if you want to become Christian, that's your business. If you want to be a Muslim, that's your business. If you want to be Buddhist, it's your business. No compulsion. That's fine. If this was the case with Muhammad, I have no dispute with him. I have no problem with him. However, as we mentioned before, later on after he went to Medina and he got all of these outlaws people and all of these gangs surrounding him, and he became a warlord and he started to rob people and rob caravans and invade. He became strong. Then strong in terms of militarily strong. He said very clearly in one of the hadith, I'm going to put that also in the description, whoever changes his religion, kill him. Why am I making this second video? It is because I see correlation or like history is repeating itself today once again in the social media. So I'm going to draw a comparison between the two. What Muhammad did when he was weak, and then what he did when he was strong, and what the social media did, and we will see similarity. And that even though the situation is dire, I believe there is a hope in sight. Okay, let's begin. So Muhammad started by saying no compulsion in religion, and yet later on when he became strong, he gave a command that whoever changes his religion, kill him. Today, if you do a search on Google, Saudi Arabia and Iran, both of them are the fastest growing countries of people leaving Islam. This is alarming, actually it's very alarming, because these two countries represent the holy site for the Muslim. The Gulf region is where Islam originated, and it is actually the center of faith for the Sunni Muslim, who are like about 73% of Muslim population. And yet the young people, especially those who leave Saudi Arabia to go to study abroad, they come back and they clearly know that this is nonsense. Until the early 90s, before the internet, just before the internet, the Muslim religious leaders could get away with anything because it was very hard to compare and to know what's going on in other places. However, today things have changed, and people are more aware of what's going on. Hence, because this is the center of faith, people are also more disappointed than in any other Muslim country. And because they are so disappointed, they leave this religion. They're sick of it. Is the same thing in Iran. Iranians are leaving the Muslim faith. They are about 23% Shia, but they're still Muslim. The rest, about 4-5%, they are Sufis, Ahmadiyya. There are many other small groups here and there. But the largest segment of Muslim are Sunnis and Shiite. Both of them are disappointed with this nonsense. So the Muslim leaders started to kind of like adjust their speech, similar to what Muhammad did in the early time when he was weak. No compulsion in religion. When he had an army and he can command whoever changes or leave Islam, kill him. Period. So now the Muslim leaders in many countries are actually in disarray. They don't know what to do. And the speech, they say they have to actually modify it. Some are still like hardcore, they don't want to change, and they are attacking those who are trying to say, we have to change, otherwise we will be destroyed quickly. In a way, I really trust those who are rigid with the religion because they have certain standard. I really, it's either you apply what Muhammad said, or you're actually just trying to find a way to preserve your job, which many people, most of them, are doing now. And I'm going to put some people in the description. Unfortunately, this guy who is talking, he's talking in Arabic. He's one of the prominent Muslim leaders in Egypt. They can see the problem. They can see that they are facing a tsunami, that it's not on the way, it's there. It's there. It's no longer on the way. So I want to compare that to what's happening today in the social media, because the social media, in a way, it became the giant tech companies, whether it's Google, Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. All of them are, when they started, if we remember Google's slogan when they started, they used to have that slogan says, don't do no evil, or don't do evil. And now, if you don't agree with their agenda, they have something called cancel culture. You are erased from history. You no longer exist. You are not a human. That's exactly what Muhammad did. But when you do that, when you practice dictatorship, you're doomed. You may flourish for a moment. You may have control for a moment in history. But your end is coming. So we see that Muhammad started weak, so he had to compromise. He became strong. He had to apply certain standard that he was the ultimate ruler and everybody must follow. And then today his followers are compromising once again because they know they are losing the grip on the people. So these giant tech, they started small. They were not giants when they started. They had followers. They developed, and in the process they started to become dictators now. similar to Muhammad, and you have to follow them, and they can make rules as they go. So if they don't like me, for example, or they don't like another YouTube channel, they cancel it, they take it off, they erase it. Okay? However, this is a losing strategy. Any person who is doing business, he will tell you, he or she will tell you, you will lose at the end. And I really feel that these giant tech now, all of them are reconsidering their position, because you cannot lie forever. You cannot control speech forever. You cannot cancel everybody, and if you do, you're canceling yourself too. Because if there is only one voice, this is like one group preaching to the choir. No one will be interested to listen to the same viewpoint. What for? Okay, they will cancel themselves. And therefore, even though the situation is really, in my opinion, is very dangerous with that sloppy Joe and what he's doing, however, there is hope at the end of the tunnel. We thank you very much, and we expect to hear from you. Thank you very much.